Good evening, everybody. I'm Alan Handley. We're here live at Creekbox TV on Sports Talk, and I got my good buddy, Coach Winston Peterson. He's the defensive coordinator and athletic director, and I got his right arm of the law, his son, Austin Peterson, one of my favorite football players. You hustle. I like that, Austin, man. I brag on you every Friday, getting down the field on the punt team.
Yes, sir. I try my best.
You do. That's one thing about you. You're going to give it 100%, son. We appreciate you taking the time to come see us. I know y'all been practicing hard today, and you look like you've been practicing a little bit, so you're ready probably to get home and eat a pork chop tonight, right?
Oh, they fed us. They fed us already.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
well,
we had
pork
some
chops.
of the dads.
I'm psychic.
Yeah, some of the dads come out tonight and had hamburgers and chicken and pork chops and told them to eat whatever they want. So.
Well, man, that's one benefit of when you play for the state championship. People want to feed
That's right.
you. So.
Yeah, we've been lucky. Last week Cornerstone come out and their church fed us, and like I say, this week some of the dads come out and. Austin said that was probably the best pork chop he's ever had.
I think you had a lot to do with you being hungry. How many times have y'all eaten spaghetti this year?
We've had spaghetti and pizza some.
Hey, pizza every Friday, Austin.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Coach Dickerson thing. We won't talk about that. But Coach Peterson, man, at the game Friday, when they got off the bus, and I knew you had told me they were a scrappy bunch, I said, man, we're going to control this game from the line of scrimmage and just score at will.
Yeah.
But that is as scrappy a bunch as I have seen play ever.
That's right. Like I said, I told everybody that seen film on them or everybody that seen them walking around before the game and stuff like that said the same thing. Man, we got this. And I just kept telling everybody, just wait. I mean, they're a very good team.
We could not put them away. You know, they scored first, but we come back to take the lead. Then I kept waiting. Well, now they're going to quit. There was no quit in Mount Zion.
No, they weren't going to quit. And like I say, they on defense, they had a good scheme down on their defense.
Man,
they funneled everything back to the inside and had their linebacker where he could run free and make plays. So
that number 51 was a good ball player.
He got after it. He done a good job.
And their quarterback, they were. And I know with you being the defense coordinator, when you play a team, which we're going to talk about Irwin coming up because they're just like this bunch. They ended up, I think, with 175 rushing and 175 passing.
Yeah,
Man,
they were very balanced.
It's got the defense guessing, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
What's happening? That's right.
The defense, I say, and most of them yards were in the first half.
Yeah.
At halftime, y'all done a great job adjusting, and I don't know what you did, but it worked the second half.
Well, I don't know if I told you before the game or not, but when I was charting plays in the 5 games we got, I had over 100 plays that they run.
Man,
and
I didn't realize they run that different format. Boy, that's aggravating on you.
That is. I think there was 30 different formations and 100 different plays that they run. So. And
Coach Dixon will never forget one of them and ask you if you got it on that folder.
Yeah, that's right.
I know how he is. Hey, well, man, they did a great job, and I would rank Mount Zion as one of the better teams we've played all year.
Oh yeah. I would say that was one of the top 3 teams we've played. I told the coach after the game, that. That was probably the toughest game we had all year long, and probably 3 of the top athletes we'd faced all year long.
And the excitement at the stadium is the best way to end the football season was winning, and of course, going next week to the Dome. But man, there wasn't no what they were represented well. They brought in 4 or 5 charter buses.
Yeah,
great fans, man. I mean, it was great. I mean, I didn't attempt to go to the concession because I always sneak back there. And P. John always brings a chicken sandwich or pizza, and I sneak one with y'all back there. But, man, it was just a great Friday night light atmosphere high school football.
It was. And like I say, they had a big crowd. We had a big crowd. There was people from surrounding counties.
Oh, I seen Ware County, Lanier, Atkinson County. I mean, there was people. Winston, there wasn't, 2 South Georgia games played last week
in South Georgia. Yeah, most of the teams were up north,
and that's what I was going to talk to you a little bit about that, and then we'll take a break and we'll come back and talk about the state championship game. Looking at the South Georgia team, And man, this is what's aggravating. How long does it take us to get to Irwin from Clinch County?
About an hour.
And
It's about an hour.
had you rather play in Irwin again? That's me.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to Irwin again.
Well.
Now I know
if it
Austin
was-
wants to go to the Dome.
Yeah.
All the kids. want
As
to.
far as just for us, as coaching wise, it'd be better to go up an hour up the road and play the game.
Mhm.
But man, seeing these kids when they get to go up to Atlanta, we got some kids that's probably never been
That's
to
right,
Atlanta.
that's right.
Austin, he's you can tell he's excited to be able to go in where the Falcons play, and
Oh,
this is a
man, I know
new
it.
the Mercedes Stadium, being new. That's going to be a special thing for them. So, from a coach's standpoint, you think it's a lot easier. We're two South Georgia teams. We can play right here at home, but from a kid's standpoint, you kind of have to give that up for the kids.
And Austin, all the football team excited. They're ready to go to the Dome.
Oh yeah.
I've seen the new shirts where it headed to the bins
Yeah.
or something.
Back to the bins.
Back to the bins. That's it. I've seen that on Facebook. Everybody was excited Friday night. I'd heard so much about their punter, and I tell you what, Stovall.
Yeah, he
Had
wanna
one at
play
the
the
2
games.
and one at the 6-inch yard line,
Yeah.
and that one was huge. That was a different game. We got that safety coach.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Yeah.
was huge.
And again, like I said, that was one of the plays of the games. When
Well,
I seen him.
I told you number 6, that play and Grady not giving up on that end around. He come from 20 yards and run
Yeah.
him down at
Yeah,
the
down
5,
tackle.
and then y'all got a turnover right. That
Yeah.
was 40 seconds go full half. That was
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
Looking back
saved the
on
game.
that.
It saved the game right there.
That did, man. And I know the kids were excited. I seen y'all and everything, man. They couldn't see nothing but on
Yeah.
Facebook of the football players
Yeah.
and all that.
That's
And
right.
Austin, has practice changed any this week preparing for the Dome, or is it about stayed the same?
We'll mostly just focus on it like it's the next game.
That's right. And that's what you got to do. Now Monday you'll keep the same thing, offense, defense, or y'all do split days now.
Yeah,
don't
we're
you,
doing
Coach?
split days now.
Yeah. So you go offense, and I know you don't get a break. See,
No,
the
no.
superstars get a break because I know I used to coach for your daddy. You get wore out. That's what you get because you're always on the defense scrimmage against the first string, and then when the first string defense is, you're on the scout team offense, and then if you do special teams live, whatever you're not on, you're always out there practicing. Is that right?
That's right.
And it's not easy because you can't hide because your daddy's there, right?
No, you can't hide.
You don't want to hide. I know you.
No, you just got to get tough.
That's right. Well, and I've seen you out there practicing. Last year, I went out there and I just plumb felt sorry. Austin's hitting all them big starters and it hot, and you better be glad Mama ain't out there
Yeah.
practicing. Is
Yeah.
all I can say.
Yeah, we have to watch out for Mama. And like I say, you get, Austin's out there, and when they're doing offense, you got CJ coming off and hitting him.
Now I know it, man.
And then
I mean,
when we switch around to defense, he's got Craig, CJ, Reggie, and Dwayne hitting him. So he doesn't get a break.
y'all need to bring the rule back that the people that practice like that get to go to the buffet line first. That's what they need. You need to talk
I
to
wouldn't
Coach
object.
Dickerson. Yeah, that's right. But talking about y'all going to Atlanta, Coach, we're from the same region, Irwin. They beat us early in the year, 21-7. But looking at you got Class 6A. You got Coffee County at 10-3. Plays Lee County 12-1. They're in the same region. They're in the same boat we are.
Yep. Yep.
And looking at the South Georgia team, I would consider, I guess, Warner Robins a South Georgia team. And I bet that I don't know where's Rayburn County at.
Peach is. I think you could consider Peach South Georgia. Rayburn is up in the mountains, up in the
Okay.
And
I've never
top
heard
corner.
of Hapville Charter. That must be a new school, Coach.
Yeah, that's somewhere around Atlanta. I think that's right below Atlanta or something like that.
Well, before we take a break, I know you're talking about it. Everybody wants to go to Atlanta, but a lot of people forget you're the athletic director.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work on you this week, and it's got to run like. I was adding up, and I might be wrong. I know y'all leave Friday morning.
Yeah, we'll leave Friday morning.
So
Go
that's
up,
one meal at lunch, one at supper.
breakfast.
Then you got breakfast, then you got dinner. Then of course you'll have another supper, I guess,
Yeah, on the
coming
way
home.
home. That's
And
right.
you've got to schedule
Got to
where
figure
you're
out
going to
where we're gonna
stop.
go. That's right.
And-
And the other thing was in the past, we've been able to book the Omni.
Yeah.
And you're
There's
pretty
no
situated
rooms there. Uncle Charles called me and said, call Winston. I need to find out where we're staying.
I don't know what I don't know what to deal with with the Omni, but they're booked. All the downtown hotels were booked. So we I had a lot of help from assistant principal Trent Hatton and principal Denise Brown. We spent all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and half the day Monday trying to find hotel rooms.
Yeah, I know you finally texted me. It was like Monday. So
yeah.
But man, the excitement of going to the Dome was staying at the Omni because everything was right there. You had the ice skating, and I mean, how far away is where we're going to be at? I know.
We're going to be staying south of Atlanta. We're still going to try to come up with something to make it special for them. But we've kind of taken this whole season as this is business trip.
That's right.
We're going up. The most important thing is going up to play that game. And being prepared for it and being ready to go. So we're kind of looking at it as, this is something special, this is something fun, and we'll do that after the game.
That's right. Well, Coach Austin, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back right after these messages.
Since 1972, Popeyes has been serving up mouth-watering, delicious, hot and mild fried chicken and chicken tenders from its Louisiana kitchen. You know about our great chicken, but have you tried our tasty seafood? All of our menu items come with a Southern style all their own. On your way to or after the game, stop by Popeyes and remember we can handle all your special event catering needs. Conveniently located on Memorial Drive in Waycross, Popeyes puts a piece of Louisiana in every single meal. Subway, the Corner Pantry, and the Argyle Food Market are locally owned by Mr. Nick Patel, who thanks the Clinch County Homerville communities for all their support. Subway, located on West Dame Avenue in Homerville, is the go-to place for nutritious, healthy food, and Subway also serves a delicious breakfast each morning. We have catering platters to meet all your tailgating needs. Don't forget to drop by the Corner Pantry in Homerville and the Argyle Food Market in Argyle and pick up all the items you need at the best discount prices in Clinch County. Nick says, go Panthers!
Winky's Southern Styles in Homerville is the go-to place for custom embroidery and vinyl transfer designs. Whether it's t-shirts, caps, or special Christmas items, Winky's will make it happen. Go by our location at 44 East Elna Street in Homerville and see Lenora for embroidery and vinyl transfer. Winky's Southern Styles supports the Panthers in their quest for another state championship. Go Panthers!
Good evening. I'm Alan Handley. Welcome back to Creekbox TV Live. We're here at Sports Talk and here with two of my bestest buddies, I'd say. Number 54, Austin Peterson, and his daddy, Coach Winston Peterson, long arm of the law. He's the assistant. Oh, no, he is the defensive coordinator and the athletic director. We took a little break. Austin, you've been to the Dome. I think I've been 7 times. It seems like I was trying to do it. But now you went as a water boy.
In 2015, I went as a water boy.
That's right. Now, this time you're going as a player.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not going to let you ice skate this time because you can't get injured. None of the football players I can remember. Now, when you were the water boy, they'd let you. But now, what's the difference in going as a player and a water boy now?
Well, you just get to experience all the work that you have to put in throughout all the summer. When you were a water boy, you never got like real tired and sweaty. I mean, maybe during the summer you might, but all you had to do was just carry the water to the players, leave them, go to another group, carry the water, leave it, or stand by it. That's all you had to do. But now as a player, you get to experience every single day hitting for about an hour a day against the starters, and it's just like you actually feel like you earned it.
Now, I know this week, I know through the regular season, practice usually gets over probably an hour earlier now. I know y'all are doing a lot of film work now. Is that right, Austin?
Yeah, we're watching about 30 minutes, 45 minutes of film work after practice and a little bit before practice during weightlifting.
Well, man, I tell you, I'd brag on you all last year when you'd get in at linebacker. I said, boy, Austin's ready because you'd chop them feet. Go back to doing that. That's what linebackers are supposed to do. And you did a good job of it. Don't listen to nobody else. You tell them Coach Handley told me to get them feet like that.
Coach Handley was a linebacker coach for for a long time.
And that was a rule. You had to do that when you played for me. I mean, that just you getting ready, you got to chop them. I like that. So you were doing good. So I don't know who told you to stop, but don't pay no attention to him. Coach Dixon would be proud of that, wouldn't he?
yeah.
But no, and I know the players are excited, the cheerleaders, and getting back to the athletic director, you're not just responsible for the football team making the trip now. Is that right, Winston?
Band and cheerleaders.
Band and cheerleaders.
Yep.
So you got the football team plus drama. You know, not that it's a bad thing. It's a good drama.
Oh yeah. It's just like I said, usually we're able to book the Omni and get everybody in, and the main problem is making sure that the band is on this floor and the football team's on this floor. Keep everybody separated. But this year we had to scramble, and at one point we were thinking we may have to put the band at one motel, the cheerleaders at one place, and the football team at one place. And like I say, Coach Hatton and Miss Brown, they really helped us out on that, trying to find things. And I think even up till this morning, Miss Dolly Lee was still on the phone, making sure everything was set up. And
good, man.
So it takes a lot of work to get everything set up and get everything ready to go. And as far as food goes, with Coach Dickerson, you just got to find the buffet. And
that's right. Buffet, that's right. Me and your daddy was roommates when we'd always go to the Dome, and it just, none of the coaches get no sleep, and I know the athletic director doesn't either, because now you're not only responsible for the football players, you got cheerleader and band. Me and your daddy had an old trick. We knew how to keep them in the room.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to rat them out like that, but we figured that out a long time ago. But what does it cost, if you don't mind me asking, Coach, for a small community like Clinch County? And this is what aggravates me with the Georgia high school. We're from rural Georgia, one of the poorest counties in the state, but yet we get the least amount of money for going to the Dome, and we have to spend the night when the other teams just bust in around Atlanta. Yeah, that just seems so unfair to me.
Yeah, Class A, being the smallest class, you kind of get the rough end of the deal there. But it's just the way it is. We have the early games, so we have to stay up, especially as far as we are.
You got to be at the stadium at 6.
We'll get there probably around 7.
Yeah.
Yep. So
that means you're getting up at 5, eat breakfast.
Yeah, that's right. And back when the games used to start at 9, we was getting up at 4. And
that's when I remember that.
So, it's just part of it. They have a big show up there, and they want all the champions right there, and it takes a lot of money, but usually our percentage,
will cover.
The trip. Yeah, it'll cover the trip.
And man, the experiences, like you said, these children have going up there is priceless. I mean, I know when we'd ride up there, just when you go by the airport, all the jets.
Yeah,
it was amazing. You'd have all the kids. That's the only time it'd be quiet when a jet would fly over the bus off the interstate.
That's right. Or when they see the skyscrapers for the first time.
Riding in the elevator. A bunch of them wouldn't get close to the window.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
Well, man, and it is an exciting time, and I know you're excited, Austin, to go up there to the bins. I guess is that what they call it?
Yeah, I think I've been saying dome, and Austin, he's had to correct me a couple of times and tell me it was the bins.
Well, I posted on Facebook, headed back to the Dome, so I had to get corrected on that. But man, it seems like yesterday the season started. I know it doesn't to you, but to everybody that has enjoyed football this year, it seems like we just was in Irwin County a month ago.
Yeah, it goes by in a hurry.
It does.
Once the season starts, and I don't know. We can ask Austin from a player's point of view, but as far as a coach, once you get into that routine, it feels like you're just in that cycle. You're going from game week to game week to, we finally get a week off, and then we're back into the playoffs. So
has it seemed like that? It seemed like we just started yesterday, Austin.
Yeah, like the whole first semester of your school just goes by so quickly.
That second semester is going to drag.
It drags. Because you get in that routine.
That's right.
Like each day, you got 3 days of paddock practice. You get done with that. You got one walkthrough. You get done with that. Now you got your game. Then you get 2 rest days, and you start the
That's
routine
right.
again.
Now, do you play anything else at the high school, Austin? I know you run track, and man, what did you run the mile in? I know it's got to be fast.
It was I think it was 6.5 minutes.
Man, boy, that's moving now.
Yeah.
I can remember when he was in middle school, Austin runs wide
Running
open.
the entire practice.
The entire
Yeah,
practice.
we'd be out there practicing, and he'd be running.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, so you'll be on the track team, I guess. Do you play baseball or basketball? You don't have your
No, I
daddy's
don't.
basketball skills.
Yeah, he's got my skills in basketball. Yeah.
I couldn't even get him to ref at the rec park. Not after the men's league, anyway. But track season will start, I guess, in spring after spring break is when y'all start running track.
Mm-hmm. And Coach Dalton, the new offensive line coach, wants a lot of the linemen to do field so that he can have them for a little bit extra
That's right.
added on to the summer.
That's good. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of extra. But now you just, after football season, you're not done, Coach.
Oh no.
You got a lot of basketball games to make up.
We have our first basketball game next Tuesday.
What, son?
So I think our varsity football players that play basketball will come home Saturday, and they'll have practice Monday, and then play a game on Tuesday.
And it'll probably, till you catch up, will be Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday till you get ahead.
We'll have at least 3 games a week until we, probably till the end of the season, just because we get basketball season moved back so much.
See, and that's another disadvantage us being a small. We use the same players in every
That's right.
sport. You have to, you
Yep.
know, when you're limited. I don't know.
That's right.
I heard Coach Dixon make how many boys do we have at the high school? Probably 150.
Yeah, probably 150.
And half of them's playing football.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
you're wearing them out.
We use the and really and truthfully, that's a good thing.
That's right.
You got people competing year round, doing sports and things like that. For a time there, it seemed to be like not just at Clinch County, but all over. You had people that concentrated on baseball, or I'm just going to play basketball, and then do AAU, or if it was baseball, have
That's
summer
right.
baseball or fall ball or stuff like that. And our kids, they get into everything.
That's
We
right.
got some basketball players. Jack plays baseball.
That's right.
We got our 2 kickers out now.
And that's made a difference this
That
year,
has made a
Coach.
difference.
I know Robbins has got to have set a record this year.
Yeah,
I
probably
mean,
so.
Extra points.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Lynn has kept
Yeah,
up
I'm
with
sure.
that.
I'm not a big stat guy.
His nickname's Front Page Robin. So,
The only stats I want to keep up that I keep up with is if we keep somebody under 100 yards rushing,
There
if
you
we
go.
get turnovers.
that's
my
right.
stats.
And that's what I want to ask you. What are we going to change? What are we going to do different than what we did the first game?
Yeah.
The Irwin beat us the second or third game of the year, 21-7.
That's right. They did.
What are we going to do different
Well,
to change that score?
Hopefully we're going to do better on special teams.
Mm-hmm.
In that game, we had 2 or either 3 turnovers on special teams.
How many turnovers? I think 5 or 6 total.
Yeah, I think there were 5 total. I think I was watching film the other day, and at one point in the second half, they had the ball 4 possessions.
And how we can get Lundy, and he's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
And he is a hoss.
He is a
You've got
a real
to pay
good player.
attention. And the quarterback, they remind you a lot of Mount Zion.
Yeah,
But
there's a reason they're playing for it also. There are Coach Nobles does a amazing job with his teams. I think besides last year, just like us, they played for it 2 years before.
Mm-hmm.
And again, back this year. So Coach Nobles knows what he's doing.
That's right.
He keeps the offense balanced and the defense is solid.
Yeah. Well, man, I know Irwin County, they're in our region. It's a rivalry game. And what was it, 2-3 years ago, we played them just like this. And I think as a player, is that who y'all wanted to play again, Austin?
Oh, yeah.
You wanted Irwin. You didn't want ECI, did you?
No, we were going to play whoever.
Yeah, that's right.
But we wanted a second chance.
That's right. And that's what happened 2 years ago, and it came out in our favor now.
That's right.
And I'm sure Irwin's don't want – I'm sure they're going to be coaching a little bit harder to prevent that from happening this time,
Yeah. Yeah, we hope we get the same outcome, and you know, like I say, I'm sure they hope there's a different outcome this time.
Well, I can tell you, there's in Homerville, you'll be able to eat anywhere Saturday morning. So, and I think they're still trying to get Channel 8 hooked up. We hadn't had Channel 8 since the hurricane come through. Is that right?
I think so.
Are they going to have it up in time?
I don't know. That's what my granny was.
Yeah,
she was fussing at me this weekend about.
Creek Box can't be there. We better have Channel 8 now.
I told her, I said, Granny, I can't. There's nothing I can do about Channel 8 now.
You work with the law. You got to get it up. Well, Austin, I know you're excited to go, and I know that everybody's excited. Is it hard? This was one thing in me, even as a coach, and your daddy can tell you. Is it hard to stay awake in film work?
Sometimes.
Yeah. And a lot of times.
When they just keep playing the same play over.
I know.
and over.
No, it is hard to stay awake. And a lot of times I was the one throwing the spitballs in the film room, and then I would get on to the kids, and we knew we were going to run anyway, so we'd make them run. But I was the cause of that. Yeah. But, man, we wish you good luck. We're going to be looking for 54 out there on punt team. You're always the first one down there. You did a great job this past week. Any last things you want to give a shout out? Anybody you want to give a holler to before we get off here?
Well, probably my granny's going to kill me if I don't say anything.
I was opening that door hoping you was going to say that.
And she even called me right before this, so I'm just going to say shout out to Rufaline.
There you go. I guarantee you. Winston, man, y'all are leaving, of course, about 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we're going to leave early Friday morning.
You'll get up there. Y'all going to practice? Will you stop and do a
walkthrough?
walkthrough?
We're gonna stop at Strong Rock Christian, do our
We'll stop there
walkthrough.
before
We stopped there
Gladys.
a couple of times when we've been up. They've always been real hospitable to us and let us use their
And
stuff.
that is a nice facility.
That is
up
a
there.
very nice facility.
Boy.
That's it'll make you jealous when you go up there to places like that.
And you'll have to stop a couple of times for bathroom breaks.
Yeah, we'll have to stop along the way. We plan. Going up there, we plan an extra hour travel, just to stop and let them stretch their legs, just stop at a rest area and let them walk around a little bit. And because you can imagine, you've been there before, 100 teenagers on a bus.
Man, and now are y'all going to go to the Dome actually Friday and watch any game?
We're
going to wait to go?
We're going to look into it. We've seen there's a pretty good chance of rain and possible snow Friday, and
Man, I've seen that. Y'all,
Coach,
surely the roof is going to be closed. Is that right?
Yeah, I think the roof's closed, or at least I hope it's closed.
That's right. 'Cause you'll freeze to death walking from the Omni to the Dome.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
It is going to be cold. But
Yeah.
You'll get there Friday, and y'all might go check it out and get the ooh and the ah. And that's
hopefully,
the big thing.
Yeah, that's one of the things we want to do is get in. Maybe go watch some of the coffee game. Just get in and be able to see it to kind of take that awe away from, because in 2010, 2015, when those kids walk into the Dome, you can just see, it kind of takes their breath away, and they have to take time to look around and just take it all in.
And man, if you buy something, I'm the Dippin' Dots. They had them banana split Dippin' Dots, but they were $7 a cup, and I'm sure a Coke is going to be $7 at that.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah,
but man, the school y'all've done a great job this year, and the game, of course, kickoff is at 10 o'clock Saturday morning.
10 o'clock. Yep.
And we hope to have Channel 8 up by then. Not we, Creek Box. Y'all call your local cable company.
That's right.
And get them working on it. Maybe we'll know something. And now this week the rain's supposed to move in tomorrow. If that happens, will y'all just do inside in the gym, Coach?
Yeah. If the rain comes in and it's heavy rain, we'll move into the gym and we'll split up, and the defense will go watch film while the offense practices in the gym, and then switch over.
Them's long days when it rains, ain't it, Austin? When you go, I know it is. I didn't even ask you before I let you go. Injury-wise, is everybody going to be healthy for Friday?
Yeah. As far as we've been lucky. All year long we've kind of battled the injury bug. We've had a little injury here, and Tresman missed the first half of the season.
That's right. That's one thing that's going to be different. Also, do you think that's going to be an impact, Austin, with having Tresman on the field this second game than not the first time we played him?
Definitely. It adds another good player in the lineup who will give either the linebackers or the defensive ends a break.
Do you think he can hold his own against Lundy?
I do believe so.
You would know because you've had to hit him in practice.
That's right.
Hey, well, Austin, thank you for taking the time to come back to Creek Box, and we're going to have you on again in track season. So, Coach Peterson, we're going to have you in.
During
Whenever I
basketball
call basketball, I think I got Coach Terrence George and
Tanya Oberry.
Tanya Oberry coming next week. You know,
All right,
to
get a kickoff for
well,
basketball.
no, if you got a game Tuesday, we'll just have to figure that out.
Yeah.
But I told Terrence at the game Friday, so he's excited. You know, and Creek Box is going to do several games in basketball and baseball, and we might even come out there and catch a track. I don't know who's got the closest track field in the region.
Probably be Lakeland.
Lakeland. Well, we can do that. We can pull that off with no
Lakeland.
problem. So
Yeah, we're the road warriors as far as track goes.
I guarantee you.
We don't have a track, so we just travel.
Man, well, we appreciate y'all. Be safe and bring back home that state championship trophy. You hear me, Austin? Don't come home without it now. And I'll be looking now. If you get in a linebacker, chop them feet. Do you hear me? Winston, we appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man,
Good
I
luck to
enjoy
y'all,
coming
and y'all
up.
be safe, cuz.
All right, thank you.
We'll be back after these messages.
Huddle up. That's right. Huddle up at the Huddle House in Homerville and Lakeland before or after the game. And if you can't make it to the game, watch all the live action here at the Huddle House. Remember, Huddle Houses of Homerville and Lakeland have a full menu with something for everyone, with prices that can't be beat. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, 24 hours per day, Huddle House is a game-winning recipe for the entire family. Go Clinch County Panthers. Go Lanier County Bulldogs. And don't forget, huddle up at the Huddle House.
Camping World of Valdosta, located in Lake Park, is your one-stop destination for all your camping needs. Stop by to see your dreams of quality time with your family become a reality. Whether it's tailgating with your air-conditioned camper, taking a trip to the mountains or beach with your family, or driving your motorhome to a faraway destination, Camping World has it all. Let us put you and your family in a camper for as little as $99 per month. And remember, when you buy a camper from Camping World of Valdosta, you receive a free Elite Good Sam membership, roadside assistance, and travel assist for 1 year.
Carter's Fried Chicken in Homerville has become the gold standard for fried chicken barbecue and catering. Carter's also offers a full menu of other tasty items and is open on Sunday. Thanks, Chad Brown, for making dining at Carter's a family tradition in Homerville. Go Panthers!
Dairy Queen is a proud part of our local communities and is cheering our sports teams on to championship seasons. Drop by before and after the game to say hello to Mr. Ash and his entire crew and enjoy the full Dairy Queen menu, including our famous grilled burgers, artisan-style sandwiches, and chicken strips. Cool off with our renowned smoothies, slushies, malts, and iced coffees. Try our fabulous desserts and take an ice cream cake home for that special occasion, or just to treat the family. Dine in or take out at Dairy Queen locations in Homerville, Blackshear, Folkestone, and Fernandina Beach. See you at the DQ.
Good evening. I'm Alan Handley. We're live here at Creekbox TV on Sports Talk, and I got my main sidekick, Josh Lee, back with
Yes,
me, man.
sir.
You have a good weekend, brother?
We sure did. We actually went on a hunting trip to South Carolina with my cousin Bradley and missed the Panthers game. We tried to watch it on that stream online, just couldn't get it. We didn't have a
Man,
whole lot.
was that awful?
It was a bad deal. We ended up listening to it on the radio, and great job there by Eric, both Erics
Yeah,
and
they
Lynn,
do a
and
great job.
they pulled us through, and you could kind of see it, without seeing it. Man, I just, it was. I wish Creekbox could have been,
Well,
been a
that
lot better
shows
to watch
you,
it.
well,
but-
that shows you how good Creekbox is.
yeah, they
man.
do put on a good product. But it was awesome game. I wish we could take them fire trucks up there to Atlanta with us this
that puts-
weekend. That home field environment, Homeville's
Man,
got, man,
and
it's
them
just awesome.
kids from Mount Zion and the fans, they have never experienced. They've never been to the
Yeah.
Final Four, and
it's
they
probably-
don't experience nothing like that on Friday nights and
No.
where they're from, and they couldn't get over. So it was like a college game.
But
When
they
you-
had their plate full.
some of the people were saying, "Man, there's a bad accident when the
Yeah.
fire truck
Yeah.
and ambulance," and
Yeah,
then
could you
all of them's looking, and all of a sudden the fireworks
Panthers,
go off,
man.
man.
Them
It-
guys, but they played hard, and
I tell you
what,
what,
I went back and watched some of it. They uploaded it back
That's
up,
right.
and it come out okay. And it looked like a real good, hard fought game.
They
by
had
both
us
sides.
beat now. And
Yeah,
I'm telling
it
you, I was talking to
hey.
Coach Winston, and when they got off the bus, Josh, I said, "Man, we're gonna beat this bunch of, as bad as we want to,
That's
probably,
right.
you
yeah.
know."
Could call
And
it
I
a
tell
score.
you what, Man, they had 175 rushing and 175 passing.
Yeah, they outgained us, out first downed us. I looked at the stats; they pretty much beat us in every category.
I got
but
to give
scoreboard.
Coach Peterson and Coach Dickerson, the defense come out the second half, and we
Man,
shut them down, and that was the difference in the game.
In the game because they get one score there. I just didn't see us being,
Man,
it was
our offense. We
so-
just could not break one. Tresman, that big run he got was actually stopped 2 or 3 yards behind the line, and that was all on him to get down
keep
there.
going. Yeah, and our special teams. I mean, my God.
Man, the Stovall kid.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this. Austin was telling me this, that actually that first punt that went to the 2-yard line was
set up the safeties.
Yeah, which should have been it was actually Coach Dickerson called a fake punt.
Shoot.
And when
Is that why he held it?
Yeah, that's why he held it, because he said punt two. Well, Austin said all their defense apparently knew what we were going to do, shift to where we were going to run. And Langston heard Coach Dickerson out of all the noise say, no.
Man.
And he snapped it, and Stovall wasn't expecting to get the ball. And he held it because he was,
He didn't know what to do at that
and
point.
man, that punt was about as perfect as you could get.
Goodness gracious.
That
was what a difference in the game, 2 points.
Well, did you kill anything?
Well, actually, I just know I didn't, but the guy went with us killed one. We were on a doe hunt. Bradley, he runs.
No, I could have hooked you up.
I know, I had a bunch of them at the house.
Yeah.
But we just went for, to hang out.
You
with,
can't kill
with
none
the
of Max
guys.
deer now.
No, I'm
He'll show
tenderhearted,
out.
bad about
I'm
killing
telling
them.
you.
And he'd only want you to kill them if they had fawns with them, so
Yeah.
their mature age. They're
That's
trying
right.
to get that land right, but I didn't. But we had fun. We watched the Georgia game. We got back time to watch it after morning hunt. And watched Clemson, Miami, and Ohio State. Just hung out, a bunch of guys.
All of them were great games except the Miami. I knew Clemson had a good football team, but I didn't think they would manhandle Miami.
Well, we've talked about it week after week after week. Miami's just been flirting with it. And you hope that game they had against Pitt would give them, we got to step our game up.
That's right, an incentive to play better. And
and you look at their team and Mark Ricks being just his first year there, second year there. He's actually building for something.
That's right.
It wasn't a quick turnaround for them.
No.
He still had a good good season.
And he's going to recruit good, and I think in a couple years he'll have them competitive. He's already got them that way, but I'm talking about BCS playoff.
Yeah, and then they were there. That's like you said, a playoff game for them. But it won't be long. They'll be right in the top.
Out of all the games, which one was you shocked?
Georgia game shocked me the most. I called for. I thought Auburn would win it, but I called for the upset. It was Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And points wise, they upset them. It was 8 points.
What was the final? So they did cover.
Yeah, the final score was, what was that final
score?
But man,
Ohio State liked to mess around, and they had a 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, and Wisconsin just kept fighting and hanging in there, and played great ball game. Just wasn't enough to do it. And luckily for the Alabama fans around here, they let them in because we'd have had to. It'd have been rough.
Feinbaum, they had said if they hadn't have took Alabama in.
No, he was going.
It would have been.
Call for
Alabama would. It'd have been a civil war.
Yeah, it'd have been bad. It'd have been bad. And Saban, which you look back and honestly, they're the fourth best team in it. But I could, if they didn't get in, you couldn't argue either. Cause,
and Wisconsin even had an argument. They said, "Look, we're 11-1. No, we're 12-1.
Yeah.
So we
won
just
one
lost
more ball game. We played in our championship game. You look at Alabama; didn't even win their side of the division.
And that's going to help Alabama.
Oh yeah,
once they get in, I told you if they get in,
that mentality they're going to have is going to be.
I think that's going to set up some great football. I mean, and I think the committee said they didn't take into last year's game, but you had to, Josh, because Ohio State, Clemson beat them 38-0.
Yeah, it was the first time I might have been shut out in years. We went over that one time, but it was bad. And you're right. You're not supposed to look at last year's, but that name Alabama, I think now carries so much weight, which they've earned that.
Yeah,
they built that
right.
up. So I mean, it is what it is, and they were able to get in. But
do you think they have the best 4 in the playoff, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, I believe they do. Ohio State, they lost 2 games, even though they won their division and their conference. It just wasn't enough to, not get in over Alabama.
I seen somebody, and I'm sure you've seen on Facebook, somebody put where they had the 8 teams in there, what the brackets would look like.
Yeah,
man, that was good looking.
It is probably. I guess it's going to that. You're going to have to add 2 extra games in somehow, and the way they're scheduled now with their the college and all that, they're putting a lot on their plate already. with this extra game for the playoffs.
Mhm.
But maybe I hope they get there sooner than later because it's definitely needed.
Yeah, man. I mean, you take Ohio State won, and we got 3 of the conference champions in the BCS. You got Clemson won the ACC.
Well,
Oklahoma won their conference.
that's right. And then
Georgia won the SEC. Then Ohio State sitting at 5 won their conference.
didn't get in.
And USC at 11-2 won their conference, and I think
And
they're
didn't
ranked
get
8th in the BCS, is what I jotted down and seen.
Well, with you 4 in, you know 5 major conferences, so
That's
you're
right.
leaving one out regardless.
Yeah, and that's
So,
why I don't think
I
they
mean-
need to fix that. Even if they go to a 6.
Then you get all your conference champions in, and it would be nice. You put at large in. Central Florida, they lost their coach now. He's gone to Nebraska, but they're sitting there undefeated
Yeah, 12-0.
and had a good last game. I mean, they could. I mean,
Well,
they
and
could
in
make the argument.
that fantasy playoff bracket, they were the number 8 seed, and I think they were actually
would've-
playing Clemson
That's
in the
number
first.
one.
Yeah, it's the number 1.
Man, that would
so
be awesome to see.
That would.
Man, That would have, but it like I say, in the future it'll probably go to you'll see expanded to 6 teams and possibly 8, and
Now their
hopefully-
contract comes up here. What? Now they had like a 5 or 6 year
yeah,
deal.
I think it's 2022, and
So
they
we're still a ways.
Oh yeah, it'll be a while. So much TV money involved in
Man,
that.
but-
And talking about the TV money, did you see where Kirby Smart, by winning that game, he got a $500,000 bonus?
Well, he deserves it.
And he does. But you look at Saban and Dabo, they got $200,000. The coach at Oklahoma got $75,000.
Man,
So,
I
man,
didn't realize there was that
There's
much
one
of a
guy there that's
difference.
got a good agent.
Yeah.
And he
Well,
took Georgia
speaking of
when he
that,
went.
what do you think about that Jimbo Fisher money?
Whew, man, I seen the stat. I think it's 20.
$75 million over
Yeah.
10 years.
It's like $30,000 a day is what
That's
he's going to be
just-
making.
and
360,
and I didn't
yeah.
realize this. Feinbaum yesterday on the Feinbaum show, they were talking about the top 3 schools that's got more money than everybody would
That's
be
right.
Notre Dame number 1, Texas
A&M.
2, and then Texas A&M.
That's right.
That's the
Oil
3
money.
schools. That oil money.
Mhm.
He said that they just redone a bunch of the facilities at A&M.
Oh yeah, Texas. Yeah.
And one of the guys said he would do it, and he had 10 years to pay off the $25 million, that he
And he-
pledged.
He's
He
already-
just,
he
it was
wrote a
raining
check.
one day, and he just wrote a check
He
for
didn't have
$25
anything else to do, so he
million.
went home and wrote that check.
I wish
Yeah,
I could write a check for
they're-
$25.
Man, I know, right? Their facilities they're top of the line in the country, and that's what Jimbo Fisher's problem was at FSU. Could never get that financial commitment from the athletic department, the boosters, wherever it's come from, because they have a little separate deal than all the other colleges at Florida State. But he would you could never get it. So he finally and you couldn't turn that down.
No, man, no.
Well,
I can't.
it may work out for both parties.
That's
They
right.
They
Well,
got Oregon's coach.
Yeah, I seen. Is that who they hired?
Yeah, they
I knew
did.
they were leaning towards him. Now I don't know much about him, Josh.
Well, I was, I kind of, he looked like to be a good coach. When Florida was looking for a coach, I'd have been happy if they'd have got him. Which they got Mullen, which you say is a Florida guy.
That's
a
right.
good hire. But he's been at 3 schools in 3 years as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be able, coaches unfortunately negative recruit all the time, and they're going to be able to use that against him.
That's right.
It's
I
the
mean,
loyalty, and he's
they're all
asking,
gonna do that.
he's sitting in living rooms telling, hey, you come here and play, but,
But now, when you
He
go to
leaves.
Florida State, you ain't gonna leave unless they fire you.
Yeah,
unless,
no.
Jimbo won a national championship,
man.
and he had accomplished everything.
That's
so,
right.
you
Yeah,
know.
it's probably and that coach is young, energetic, one of the best recruiters in college. So it's probably going to be a good workout for them too. It'll be a good fit. But he's. I was trying to think of his record. It's a below 500 record.
Yeah, that's what. And he, but now, and is this true? I'd heard this. Jimbo. He played that card last year with LSU,
Mhm.
flirted,
And he got his raise.
got his raise. But then I heard some of the kids didn't want Jimbo back. They were threatening to transfer if he come back.
He'd held them hostage for a while. They said they hadn't recruited in a month. These kids,
kind
they
of
all
like
talk to each
McElwain
other.
has done it.
Yeah,
Florida,
McElwain didn't recruit for 3-4 years.
I
He was
know
there.
it.
It's
And
just,
we've been living off the defensive of Muschamp.
Yeah,
so.
and Randy Shannon carried a little. He did decent recruiting, getting some guys in there.
And man, these coaches are playing it just like the Auburn coach. He was headed to
Yeah.
Arkansas,
And he got him a nice size raise. I seen.
and you know why?
Extension.
$49 million raise is what he got.
That's-
But and I understand why Auburn did that. I think he's a good coach.
he is.
But Auburn felt like, look at Tennessee
Oh yeah,
and
you don't-
Arkansas. There's nobody out there to hire.
That's
No
right.
big name.
No, you don't
you
want
know.
to start. Tennessee doesn't have a coach yet. Arkansas doesn't have a coach yet. I mean, it could go downhill quick if you don't get your first 2 or 3 guys. You start looking around. Interesting fact on that Florida State coaching search. That's the first time they have searched for a coach in over 40 years. was
Man,
Bobby
I did
Bowden
from Bobby Bowden
to
days.
Fisher, and just Fisher just straight stepped in and took over.
That's
It wasn't a
right.
coaching search. So
Mhm.
and they did it pretty quickly, and I think they got a good guy.
And that's what that's what you get to give Texas A&M the credit. They
Oh,
seen
yeah,
what
man.
they wanted. They went out. They
And
got
they
it.
got him. Yeah,
you know.
but now, it's on him. Pressure.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah,
got to
but
win.
I figured
His
they'd give
schedule
him
next year.
Is it bad next
Ooh,
year?
yeah,
He had a
it's-
rough one
I
this year.
think it's Clemson and Alabama in the first 4 weeks.
Man.
So welcome to
Why
the
did you add
SEC, Jimbo
Clemson when
Fisher.
you play in the SEC?
I know, right? Yeah.
Which and look, if I'm a coach and I played in the ACC and I played in the Pac-10 or the Big 12, man, if you want to find out how good a coach you are, you got to come to the SEC.
And Jimbo Fisher said that he may wanted to change some more challenging aspects of the game, and I think he'll be successful out there. And for that money he's making, he's got to be successful. out there.
And now before we take a break, and we're going to come back and talk about all the bowl games, and we'll talk about the high school finals.
Right.
Any Tennessee, who's the front runner for the Tennessee and Arkansas job?
I did see Arkansas zeroed in on Chad Morris. He's I think
SMU.
SMU's head coach.
Yeah.
But I think he was at Clemson.
He's a good coach. I think
Offense
he's
coordinator.
Was he the offense
Offense coordinator, yeah. And
he'd be a good hire.
they're going to make him a deal. They said he won't be able to refuse. Like you said earlier, it just keeps building and building and building. But Tennessee, I still hadn't heard a definite rumor, or who they're going after. They've been turned down.
Well, Philip Fulmer's
everyone.
supposedly in New York now, where one of the award banquets.
That's right.
And-
I think Spurrier is
yes,
getting elected in the Hall of Fame.
That's right. I seen that today. He did a good job speaking today, and I think there's a bunch of coaches up there, and they said Tennessee would know who their coach is tomorrow by dinner. They probably know tonight.
Yeah, well, that'll be. I mean, that's good for them because it's just. I mean, at
One
some
name-
point you got to make a move.
One name come up, and I don't know where he coached at when he played quarterback at Tennessee and won the national championship.
Yeah, was it
T.
Martin?
Has he been coaching
he
somewhere?
was at USC at one time. I'm not sure where he's at now. I'm sure he's somewhere coaching. Maybe not as a head coach, but
they're throwing his name in there, and they
man.
said Fulmer wants a Tennessee.
Well, it's hard not to now after what Smart's been able to do at Georgia. Come back.
Yeah.
Played there, and man, the success he's had this year is nobody's. Well, I mean, it's been done. Meyer done it in 2 years at Florida, and a couple of others have been able to do it, but it's just unheard of, really.
No, and that's Tennessee fans that they are. It doesn't matter who if they get Lou Holtz back or
That's right.
or
Yeah.
Spurrier, you're going to have to be patient at Tennessee because. Recruiting wise, they have just been non-competitive for the last 7.
Yeah,
since Fulmer left.
Yeah, it's starting to show. Their facilities are top notch, but they just, they can't get the guys. They got to go out of state to get.
That's right.
Probably over 80% of their actual.
It's bad when girls basketball has kept you, the payroll.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, Josh, and hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a second.
Lutz, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency is locally owned, has been a part of the Homerville, Clinch County community for many years. Jeff Brown and Eric Lutz make it a priority to know their clients on a personal basis and take pride in customizing insurance coverage for the particular needs of each customer. They offer all lines of insurance, including auto, home, business, life insurance, annuities, and bonds. Lutz, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Go Panthers! Jerry J's is the best Boston butts and ribs around. Meat so tender and tasty that it practically melts in your mouth. We have a variety of home-cooked meals and the best breakfast in town. And don't forget about our barbecue sandwiches. Jerry J's can cater your event and looks forward to serving you in Homerville, Waycross, and Douglas. Oh yeah, if you can't make it to the game, drop by Jerry J's in Homerville to watch the game live on Creekbox TV while you enjoy one of the many items on our menu. Go Panthers!
Lee Engineering and Construction Company in DuPont, Georgia has been a part of the community since 1935 and is proud to support Clinch County athletics. The prayer of the entire Lee Engineering family is that our Lord and Savior will richly bless our schools, community, and nation.
Good evening. I'm Alan Handley. Welcome back to Creekbox TV on Sports Talk. I'm here with my buddy Josh Lee, and we were just talking at the break. I could talk all night with you.
Oh, yeah, I
talk
enjoy
about
it.
football.
Yeah,
it's
on.
good. Well, before we get to college, Josh, me and you, I had Winston and Austin Peterson. They were here, and I didn't throw them, under the bus because Winston coaches.
Right.
Me and you can pick, and I'm wrong more than I am right because Friday I picked DCI to win, and ECI was up by 14 at one
I
time.
kept listening to that on the radio. They kept mentioning that score, and I was like, well, maybe they'll pull it out.
They were up 29 to
wanna
14 at one time.
and Irwin just come back.
Well,
and
the Lundy kid had got hurt, and then he didn't play none in the second quarter, and then he come back in the third. And
after half.
he's got like 700 yards rushing in the last 3 ball games. He's a
Now,
sophomore.
did he get a concussion or?
Well, the rumor is he had a concussion, but apparently he didn't, because under Georgia high school rules, if you have a concussion, you cannot return to the field
Okay.
until you're cleared by a physician, not the guy that
not the
tapes your
coach.
ankle.
Yeah,
you know.
right.
So apparently he didn't. But
Okay.
I've
So
been
he's good
like
to
you.
go Saturday.
Yeah. Well, he come back in and rushed for another 150 yards. So
Yeah.
at least he knew which way to run.
That's true. He run
And
for that
he's-
many yards. He run both ways.
He's about 240. You know, I mean, he is.
Now, was he there 2 years ago when we?
No,
went?
he's a sophomore now.
So,
no,
okay.
he was
So we
at
had-
middle school actually then.
Okay. So I remember they had that big back there 2 years ago that run hard.
So, man, and he was good too. And it's going to be a great game, and we'll save that pick for last, because I know me and you's going to pick the Panthers.
Oh
it
yeah,
doesn't matter.
yeah. Don't matter.
But you got Colquitt County 11-3 versus North Gwinnett 12-1. Colquitt, started 0-3. They
Yeah,
lost
didn't
to
they?
the number 1 team in Florida,
That's right.
and then they
Mhm.
lost to the number 1 team in Alabama, and then they lost to the number 1 team in high school, which was Lowndes. And they were about ready to run him off.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
he peels off 11 in a row.
And he just, man, he's that's probably one of the best coaches in the state
Oh,
of
I
Georgia on the
guarantee
high
you.
school level. I mean,
I'm
all the
surprised
experience
Tennessee
he's
ain't
been.
looked at him.
I know, yeah, for real. I mean, they would. He was actually going to be. He was Jeremy Pruitt
That's right.
at Alabama.
Mhm.
Saban pulled him in and said, "I want you to take this job." And then Saban heard about his personal life.
That's
The
right.
issues there everybody
That's
knows
right.
about, I'm sure. But our coach, talking about the Moultrie coach. But anyway, and Saban pulled it back.
Hawaii flew him out to Hawaii last year to interview for the Hawaii
Yeah,
job.
I mean, he's definitely. But he's paid.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting paid.
Who you
Very
like
good.
in that game?
I like Colquitt, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just,
you can't. I'm like you. It's like picking against
He's-
Saban. It's hard to do.
And they've been there before. I think they were there 2 years ago too.
Yeah.
When we were there, and just and I'm sure Gwinnett's played in good venues too.
Oh, they're a
but,
great football
I
team.
mean,
They're 12-1.
He's gonna have them ready, and I'm gonna go with Moultrie.
I'm with you on that. All right, in 6A, and that game will be played Saturday at 8. The 6A finals, which is Friday at 8. You got our neighbor right up the road here, Coffee County at 10-3.
Yeah.
Versus Lee County 12-1, and they're in the same region.
That's right.
Lee County beat Coffee earlier. I forget what's up. It was a good game.
Good game. I think they said that's one of the best regions in football.
Uh-huh.
Man, I don't know. That's
Lee
hard.
County's got some athletes.
Yeah, I hate to pick against Coffee. Anything south of Macon, you're
That's
gonna
right.
pull for being down here. Want to see Coffee win, but I'm probably gonna go with Lee County.
I'm with you. I mean,
It's
I'm
just-
pulling for Coffee.
Is that?
but
I heard that's their first time. Is it the first time playing in Atlanta for the state, or is that the first time ever playing for
no,
the state?
Coffee won a state championship back in the 70s,
Okay.
I think. So, but no, it's been
Years.
40 years
Okay, I got
since they've been to the
Yeah,
finals.
so it's more
So,
of
all right, then in 5A, you got Rome 14-0 versus Warner Robins 14-0. And Warner Robins, I was reading this in the paper earlier. Last year they were 3-7,
and they've turned it around.
and they're
to-
14-0.
That's
which
Houston
last year
County,
they
right?
lost that quarterback that starts for Georgia.
Yeah,
That's where he
yeah.
went.
Okay, that's
So,
right. That's where that name rung a bell from.
That's
And
right.
they're both undefeated.
Both undefeated.
Man, that'll be a good game there.
Rome's
That'll be a
always
good-
had athletes
That's
come
right.
out of
Yeah,
Rome.
I've heard
You
that
know.
name thrown in there a lot. I like Warner Robins to maybe come in there and win that one.
On that one, I'm like you, man. I like their uniforms. They're
Yeah,
Red
that is
Devils.
pretty. Yeah, it is pretty. That's why I thought when you
it's
said
when
that.
it's a toss
I'm
up,
trying-
you pick
go
the
for the uniforms. Yeah,
That's right. In 4A, you got a team that's probably played in more finals than anybody. Marist,
Mhm.
they're 14-0. Blessed Trinity has won the last 2 state titles. They're 12-2. So, man, and I watched Blessed Trinity 2 years ago win their first one at the Dome, and then last year they won it again.
Yeah, I
You know.
seen them. We were up there. They were playing the last time.
They
Went
don't
to-
have but like 35, 40 kids on that team.
Really?
Yeah,
It was a
man,
miracle. You see these teams, so many schools in the state of Georgia, any state, and it just consistently, you got your teams that's up there, and you got your new teams come in every so often. But man, the coaches do such an excellent job, at Clinch County to
That's
get back
right.
in there.
That's
You know,
right.
Your teams, like you're saying now. But man, I think Marist,
I do too, man.
they don't know what it like.
They run the option.
They don't know what it's
and
like
Blessed
to lose.
Trinity's going to pass, and Usually 9 times out of 10,
You can get
the
that.
team that runs the ball
Wins
gonna
the
win.
game.
That's right.
And you get that option going, they'll keep it. Time of possession. And
You got 3A,
Mhm.
Peach County versus Calhoun County, 12-1. And Calhoun's another team. They always play Buford. Now, Buford went up
that's right.
in the classification,
Finally,
so
yeah.
Calhoun has won a couple of state
Got
championships.
some room in there
That's
now. They
right.
can actually do
But,
something.
man, you talking about
No.
athletes at Peach County.
Yeah, I'm sure they're talented up
They
there. They probably
are.
got all the anything they could ask for
That-
as far as being able to go, keep going to the next level. But man, Calhoun, that's just
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tradition
Yeah,
at
that's
Calhoun.
what I was
Man,
going-
that's going to be a great
that's
game.
another
I'm going to pick Peach
CCHS.
County.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I'll go, but we'll separate on that one. I'm gonna go Calhoun.
And in Double A, you got Rayburn County that beat Brooks last
That's
week.
right.
They're 14-0. I think they beat them 27-14. And I don't know this school. It's Hapville Charter. They're 13-1. Apparently, they're a new school.
Yeah,
I don't know where Hapville's at.
it's up. I think it's somewhere around Atlanta. I think
Mhm.
now this Rayburn County's up in the mountains.
Yeah.
Northeast
Mhm.
Georgia. I think we actually went to at Slash Pine. Me and the group. It was Derek, Rick, and Kaylee. We went and helped a co-op over in Metter.
Mhm.
And the guy there, this 2 years ago, the guy there that went around and showed us where the trouble was at. We didn't know the roads, didn't know how to get around. His wife is the superintendent for Rayburn County. 2 years ago, he was telling us, man, we got a good ball team. We got a good. That's all he talked about. And and I don't blame him. Well, finally, we said we got a pretty good ball team too.
Yeah,
And that was
that's
2
right.
years when we won state. We told him we'll be at the Dome. Will you be there? Oh yeah, they'll be. Well, they wouldn't. Well, this year they are.
That's
So
right.
I called him yesterday, and he's gonna find us. But their coach is the daddy of Connor Shaw and
Connor
J-Bo Shaw at
That's
South
right.
Carolina.
That's right.
Their coach, that was their daddy. So,
Well, man.
at that Rayburn County.
And he was a great coach. That's Spurrier's quarterback.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Shaw.
right.
Yeah, he
that was
good.
Spurs. He was the last one Spurs kind of had a little bit
That's
control
right.
over.
That's right.
Coach's son, probably. But I'm that probably just what he told me, the Outfield Charters, supposedly, real good team, got a bunch of athletes, and he talked about how good Brooks was, and it was just
Yeah, if you can beat Brooks, you got a pretty good team.
yeah, and he said
Yeah.
they had a good team. Their quarterback, he said, was real good. He's a senior. He started since he was a freshman. He said he actually, unfortunate, situation. He has to live with one of the guys on the team, one of his friends. He doesn't have a home at all. So he's but they said he's a very good kid, and he won't give up.
No.
But man, when you get to that level, you hate to see it. These teams, Jim mentioned it, team of destiny.
That's
you know,
right.
but eventually, man, it just
It catches up.
It
That's
catches
right.
up.
That's what I think happened to
And,
Auburn. They had to play up since the
Man,
loss to
talking-
LSU, and it just
Talking about Auburn, how would you feel being an Auburn fan? You
Man.
go and look; they have played
they
three
mad.
of the top 4 teams in the playoff and beat 2 of them.
I seen
I
on,
mean,
on
I
the
couldn't imagine.
something on one of the sports talk show. There was a guy woke up at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I seen
His
that. The Georgia
neighbor
fan,
had
yeah,
a-
the PA
had the
announcement.
PA in the yard and woke the whole neighborhood up.
Man, could you imagine?
That was bad. I seen that.
But
But going to the private side, well, I know how good Eagles Landing
yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah.
and you
We-
do
yeah,
too.
we experience
And
them.
their
And
versus-
Athens Academy.
Yeah, Eagles Landing's 13-1. Athens Academy's 13-0.
Yeah, that
know.
I think Athens Academy will get that one.
You do?
Yeah,
I
I
got
do.
to go with Eagles.
That Athens Academy, man. They, Georgia's playing real good right now.
That's
and-
right.
And I think it'll feed down
Hey,
into
I
the
hear
lower
you.
level, and
I
they'll
hear
come in
you.
there and win that one. Now
Let-
that game's Friday. Is that Friday?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I didn't write it down.
I think it is
yeah,
Friday.
because we play
I think
Saturday.
it's the first game
They'll
Friday.
play at 10 o'clock
So they'll
Friday.
be the first high school team to ever play inside the
I
Mercedes-Benz
didn't think
Stadium.
about that. You're right.
That's pretty
You're
neat.
right.
for 'em.
Clinch, we're 11-2. Irwin's 12-1. Irwin's only loss was
I was
47 to was 31-6 to
against-
Fitzgerald.
Okay, all right.
That was their
okay.
only loss, and of course they beat us 21-7.
Right, which that game was there, right?
And we had 6 turnovers.
And we didn't have Tresman at
That's
all.
right.
Is
No,
it-
he didn't play
even
nothing. No, we
Uh,
actually we were missed 2 starters. I think Big Reggie missed that one, and
Tresman.
Tresman.
Man, last 2 years.
Do you
we
think
went up there,
Tresman makes up 14 points?
you set a line on these players, and the most I've ever seen, and you talking about taking the best quarterback in college football off his team was
Mhm.
7.5.
That's right.
So that's a lot of points to make up, but this isn't an average player we're
And
talking about.
As good as we played
and
Friday,
he plays both ways.
that's right.
So
That's right.
if he shows out both, he'll make up for it. Because they're going to lose. Now they're going to lose. You want to set a line on it because this game isn't. It ain't on the home field.
No,
this is in
that's
Atlanta
right.
on a neutral
That's
field.
right.
which I was under
So
the
that
impression.
takes a touchdown away
Yeah,
also.
yeah. So yeah, I think he would level it out with a health. If Tresman's healthy, I watched that game, man. He
See, and
put
one
everything
thing
he
that
had in that game.
Irwin,
And,
that man, they 4-5-3 with Lundy. See,
mhm.
Tresman's our linebacker.
That's right.
And
He's
I
gonna
think,
be-
you know, a healthy Tresman's going to limit Lundy.
that's
And
right.
to me, man, you can't chase ghosts. You got to take away either the run or the pass.
Yeah.
And that's what
And-
we did
and-
after halftime. Coach Dickerson stepped in there and he said, look, we're going
And
back to Clinton County football.
yeah, he brought.
We're going to take away the
He
run.
did.
I don't
And,
care if they complete another pass or we're going to sack the
Oh yeah,
quarterback.
he was there.
And that was the difference.
That's right. Yeah.
And I just, Tresman, without Tresman
Man.
Friday, as good as the team.
No, yeah. You
We don't win
no,
that
no,
game
no, no,
Friday
no, no.
without Tresman.
No, I just went back and watched it today. Just a little, fast forward and doing this, doing that. Every key play, he was there. Man, he had
And
a ball
making the
game
court. A lot
Friday
of
night.
times he had a sack, but he was the difference in making a good
Yeah.
throw and a bad
And
throw.
now, Taj. Now,
Yeah,
he was.
Taj.
I don't know how he did it, but he was on the snap count somehow.
That man, he had
He
to.
was in there.
It looked like he had the snap count done. I know. I
You
was
see,
looking- I
it
was
was-
way up top, and I could
was-
see good.
Man, I don't. He was on. Now,
And the other boy that I was in, that number 51 from Mount Zion, the linebacker.
Yeah.
That's as hard as I've seen Tresman get hit this year.
yeah, that whole team, both teams really played hard. And
Mm-hmm.
and you talking about taking away the run or taking away the pass? I tell you what, they stuck that quarterback on Jeremiah.
Yeah.
1-on-1, he was with him. He shadowed him the whole
and
time.
I think he
man.
got inside Jeremiah's head a little bit, shook
Well,
him up.
Yeah.
And,
Well, you get one man on you, and man, he's probably their best athlete.
he wasn't even
assume.
looking if the quarterback was throwing. He never took his eyes off
Yeah,
Jeremiah.
He was. Yeah, he was there. He was there. You could see it.
And,
But,
and I just think, man, we got the revenge factor.
well, and they do too, though.
That's right. Well, yeah, because
I
we
seen
2
on the
years
internet
ago-
some of them people, were saying, it's hard to beat a team twice. And they said, well, no, we've been wearing that shirt, when we lost at the Dome 2000,
Yeah, man.
I
and
guess 15. Since then, so they'll be ready. But
I say
man.
Clinch County. This is my prediction. If we score 28, we'll win the ball game. I think we
That's
have to
yeah.
score 28
and
points.
that's a good assessment. I think we'll win. I just think we'll win, and we don't really go up there many times and lose.
No,
It's happened before.
It's happened, since the championship
Has been moved
We
there.
hadn't lost
Hadn't
in
lost,
the championship.
but
Final four we've lost. Jim has been
I know.
9 times to the Dome, and I think he's lost.
well, one of those was to Buford.
And one was
Who's-
not at Jim, but one of them was the Ely days at ECI. We
Okay,
lost
yeah.
to ECI.
And you talking about a
That's the only time Jim lost at the Dome was ECI.
That's another amazing just to hear, being able to be that successful.
That's right.
But now I overlooked this fact. I've been thinking all week, after seeing them win,
Mm-hmm.
and how fast Charles, was going to look on that dome.
Man, I'm
But
telling
the Benz Stadium is actual grass.
I didn't know
It
that.
is, and they have said that the grass. Tim actually told me this at work. It hadn't had time to settle good, and if you watch the Falcons game, you could tell it's real soggy. Now I'm sure we'll be ahead. We have cleats, that'll make up
Yeah,
for
but
it.
as many games you're
But-
playing, that's going to have an effect.
Yeah,
on the
it's
grass.
going to be something to watch because it's a retractable roof, the Ben Stadium, so they put actual grass in there. Is my understanding. So I was ready to see
Well,
Homerville fly up and down that
Yeah,
turf like they
I
always
didn't-
do.
yeah,
Them
I had
boys,
no idea
they
that
was
was.
wearing track shoes up there one year, man.
Speaking
You
of
couldn't
that,
catch it.
yeah, did
But
you see
that's
the?
a big, I mean, that's it's not a difference in a ball game by any means. But
we used to when we
it's
first
gonna
went
take a
to
little
the
bit.
Dome, we had to wear tennis shoes.
yeah, 'cause,
Now,
and
then they changed
they come
to
up
turf,
with better grass, yeah,
and
or
you can wear your
artificial
regular
grass.
cleats
Yep.
on the.
But
on
now
the-
this one here is the actual, football grass.
I did not know that,
Yeah.
brother.
The Cowboy Stadium's the same way, but
I
they
didn't know
actually
that.
roll theirs out of the stadium and water it and put let sun get to it,
And then
air
roll
get
it
to
back up
and
then,
roll it. Well, it comes all out together.
Mhm.
It's on a rail somehow. It's neat to watch. You can go watch it on the internet.
Man, I'm gonna have to
I'm
check
assuming
that out.
Atlanta's just opens that roof and exposes it to the natural elements.
I did not know that, man.
That's going to be interesting to see how we are able to, if that makes any difference one way or the other, and on all those games.
Oh yeah, there's gonna
watching.
be some great.
Man, are you talking about the people in Atlanta, the city of Atlanta? You had Atlanta played a ball game there Sunday, and then you
They
got
got to play again this
well,
Sunday.
Well,
at home, don't
actually, they played Sunday, just 2 days ago. They
Mhm.
played Thursday night.
Oh, they played this Thursday
against the Saints, and then
Man,
you got
that's That's a
Friday.
must-win for the Falcons.
Oh yeah, Falcons
too.
got to win that game to stay in the
Mhm.
playoffs. And then you got 4 games Friday, 4 games Saturday, and then there's another event coming up the following week. There's like 7 events in 8 days, and that's in events now, not including 8 games for the high school playoffs.
Man, And
People up there. just
that's
don't
why
be-
you can't get no room. Did
Yeah,
y'all finally
everything's
get a
booked.
room? Did y'all
I
get one
think,
at the Omni?
No, so we're at the airport somewhere in.
Well, that's
just-
where the football team at the Holiday Inn out there at the airport.
And everybody just we've been around that area. Worked in when I was working with Daddy, working in Atlanta, and I mean that's that area is little. It's not which downtown it, and you don't feel safest either.
No,
but that
no.
airport area is notorious. I mean,
I think
it's-
Marion's even going to be in Atlanta this weekend.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
awesome,
he's going
awesome.
up Friday.
But
so.
the airport, be careful, lock your valuables, and just
I
keep an eye
guarantee
out
you.
for stuff because it's not a safe.
Now, do you have any pull? I'm gonna skip this one out and catch it on Channel 8, but I hear we don't have Channel 8 up yet.
Well,
in Coast County.
no.
Now, you work. Now, can't
Yeah,
can't you help them out a little
No,
bit?
that's something totally different there. We have to. I'm
But they
sure.
use y'all's polls, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know. We're not kidding. I don't know how that'll work there. But no, I don't believe it is up.
No,
I don't
it's not
believe it.
as of yesterday.
And I don't believe it will be.
What I mean,
But now, if I'm not mistaken, there's options you can go online and stream these games. Just like you do with Creekbox. Just GPTV, and that will be pulled from somewhere else. From the internet.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to watch that.
well, now what about like your Dish Network? See, that's what we got in DuPont. I'm sure that's what you
that's
got.
right. Now
Do you have Channel 8 on Dish?
No, I don't because I pull Tallahassee locals and they won't let me
See,
get
that's
it.
what we
I've
do.
called and called and called. And
Yeah.
there's one way you can do that, but you have to give address of somewhere and say Albany. Then you'll get Albany locals and you
There's
get
gonna be some mad folks if they can't get
But,
Channel 8.
Yeah, I would if I was planning on staying home, and not going. I would definitely check into that, and I think that option's available to stream online, and maybe they get it back up. I'm just saying, if it's not up now, that storm was, months ago now.
Yeah,
and,
man, there's no excuse for that.
Yeah,
Looking back,
man, that could be
Clinch, Irwin doesn't have a state title, so that's in their favor. They're
I
100.
didn't know that.
I thought they had
So-
one in the 70s, but I looked back a while
They don't
ago,
have any
They
state
don't have
titles.
no state titles. Clinch, we have 6, 88, 91, 02, and Coach Dickerson has it in 4, 10, and 15.
Good.
So
That's
Irwin's got, they got an incentive to win
without
there.
a doubt.
So,
Yeah, it's gonna be. I want to go back and I was gonna ask before we leave tonight. Is there any way? Is it up
yeah,
on
I think,
Creekbox?
yeah,
Can you
Marion will go back. We had to
put it on?
what was happening with Creekbox.
What?
Winston called and he said,
Yeah,
man,
I heard-
all
I heard
these
that
other
about it.
schools,
Man, I heard that.
Creekbox so good, and y'all
Yeah.
have the replays there. Coach Mack from Charlton said,
That's right.
man, y'all better take them off
Yeah.
TV because
I
that's
heard-
all we did
I
was
got a-
watch Creekbox.
Yeah, I got a buddy in Folkestone that said, man, them coaches know every play's coming because they watched
That's-
every game on
that's
that
right.
Creekbox.
So,
But
they
you-
swapped film on
sometimes-
that thing, but man, Creekbox, he said we didn't even watch that film.
well,
He
so
said,
when they swap film, I know you used to coach. You can only go back so many games. Or
well, now you could go back 3 games. We would swap the VHS,
Okay.
and then it went to DVD. But now they join, I forget what its name, and all the coaches, most of the schools, and now it's clicked with the email.
okay,
So you can watch all the games,
I got you.
but
It
you're
was
talking
just-
about one camera with
Right.
usually it's a high school kid.
Oh, okay.
And we have 5
Yeah,
cameras, and
then
Brad and all our camera people do a good job,
Yeah.
and we got the slow motion
and it's probably easier to access Creekbox than maybe it was for that game
yeah,
film. For
so-
older coaches could watch it and catch
But
on something better.
I'm sure I think Barron's going to go back and put all the games up that we played
man,
all year.
At least put that Irwin County game. We'll
Yeah.
be able to go back and watch that.
That's right. That's
but yeah,
right.
with a healthy Tresman, and you said we got Reggie back. Did you say
Yeah,
that?
yeah, everybody's
I know he's
healthy.
back, but he wasn't in that game.
No, he wasn't in that game.
2 players didn't have, and I'm sure they've gotten better too as the years
Oh,
went,
yeah,
as the
they have.
games went on.
Hands down, they have.
Man, I think Homerville win.
Well, I
feel-
hope, and I'm like
feel
you. I think
confident,
we
man.
win. We got tradition, and man, we've run a little bit long. Keep you. That's
Yeah,
something we can
that's-
talk about next
Man,
week.
these bowl
We'll come
games,
in and
these bowl games don't start 2 weeks.
I know it, man. And
If you're
then
not able to go to the dome, try to find a place to watch and watch all 8 games because football's about to dry up, man. I mean,
now you got the Army Navy game this week.
this
is that
this
right?
Saturday.
That's
That's
it.
right, and that's it. And after
That's
that,
it.
you got to wait to December 16th to the Celebration Bowl, Grambling State versus North Carolina.
How many total bowls do we have?
I
this
think
year,
there's
Johnny?
30. I think
Now
there's
you're
30
gonna be in that
something. I don't
little
have the
group
actual
that I'm
number.
in. You're gonna
Yeah,
pick
we'll
up.
be in there. We'll see what we can do. But I hadn't really been in there much this year. I'm gonna get serious on that
Man,
one.
I
though, so I'll be
finished
coming.
3rd one time.
So I can't- I
Ashton
may-
won
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago. You
Yeah.
can't tell
and
him
Ashton,
nothing.
he won a big putt to win a ball. Think about the putt Homerville made a putt to win a golf match this weekend.
No,
it's
he
on,
did.
it's on the video. He said, "Oh, booyah, baby!" That was good.
Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in, and I appreciate Josh being here. And and me and Josh will be back here next Thursday at 8 o'clock, so y'all be sure to watch it. TNT will be here ahead of me at 7:30, and we appreciate everybody tuning in to Creek Box, and we'll see you next week.
Camping World of Valdosta, located in Lake Park, is your one-stop destination for all your camping needs. Stop by to see your dreams of quality time with your family become a reality. Whether it's tailgating with your air-conditioned camper, taking a trip to the mountains or beach with your family, or driving your motorhome to a faraway destination, Camping World has it all. Let us put you and your family in a camper for as little as $99 per month. And remember, when you buy a camper from Camping World of Valdosta, you receive a free Elite Good Sam membership, roadside assistance, and travel assist for 1 year.
Carter's Fried Chicken in Homerville has become the gold standard for fried chicken barbecue and catering. Carter's also offers a full menu of other tasty items and is open on Sunday. Thanks, Chad Brown, for making dining at Carter's a family tradition in Homerville. Go Panthers!
Dairy Queen is a proud part of our local communities and is cheering our sports teams on to championship seasons. Drop by before and after the game to say hello to Mr. Ash and his entire crew and enjoy the full Dairy Queen menu, including our famous grilled burgers, artisan-style sandwiches, and chicken strips. Cool off with our renowned smoothies, slushies, malts, and iced coffees. Try our fabulous desserts and take an ice cream cake home for that special occasion, or just to treat the family. Dine in or take out at Dairy Queen locations in Homerville, Blackshear, Folkestone, and Fernandina Beach. See you at the DQ. Huddle up! That's right, huddle up at the Huddle House in Homerville and Lakeland before or after the game. And if you can't make it to the game, watch all the live action here at the Huddle House. Remember, Huddle Houses of Homerville and Lakeland have a full menu with something for everyone, with prices that can't be beat. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, 24 hours per day, Huddle House is a game-winning recipe for the entire family. Go Clinch County Panthers! Go Lanier County Bulldogs! And don't forget, huddle up at the Huddle House.
Jerry J's is the best Boston butts and ribs around. Meat so tender and tasty that it practically melts in your mouth. We have a variety of home-cooked meals and the best breakfast in town. And don't forget about our barbecue sandwiches. Jerry J's can cater your event and looks forward to serving you in Homerville, Waycross, and Douglas. Oh yeah, if you can't make it to the game, drop by Jerry J's in Homerville to watch the game live on Creekbox TV while you enjoy one of the many items on our menu. Go Panthers!
Lee Engineering and Construction Company in DuPont, Georgia has been a part of the community since 1935 and is proud to support Clinch County athletics. The prayer of the entire Lee Engineering family is that our Lord and Savior will richly bless our schools, community, and nation.
Lutz, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency is locally owned and has been a part of the Homerville, Clinch County community for many years. Jeff Brown and Eric Lutz make it a priority to know their clients on a personal basis and take pride in customizing insurance coverage for the particular needs of each customer. They offer all lines of insurance, including auto, home, business, life insurance, annuities, and bonds. Lutz, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Go Panthers!
Since 1972, Popeyes has been serving up mouth-watering, delicious, hot and mild fried chicken and chicken tenders from its Louisiana kitchen. You know about our great chicken, but have you tried our tasty seafood? All of our menu items come with a Southern style all their own. On your way to or after the game, stop by Popeyes and remember we can handle all your special event catering needs. Conveniently located on Memorial Drive in Waycross, Popeyes puts a piece of Louisiana in every single meal. Subway, the Corner Pantry, and the Argyle Food Market are locally owned by Mr. Nick Patel, who thanks the Clinch County Homerville communities for all their support. Subway, located on West Dame Avenue in Homerville, is the go-to place for nutritious, healthy food, and Subway also serves a delicious breakfast each morning. We have catering platters to meet all your tailgating needs. Don't forget to drop by the Corner Pantry in Homerville and the Argyle Food Market in Argyle and pick up all the items you need at the best discount prices in Clinch County. Nick says, go Panthers!
Winky's Southern Styles in Homerville is the go-to place for custom embroidery and vinyl transfer designs. Whether it's t-shirts, caps, or special Christmas items, Winky's will make it happen. Go by our location at 44 East Elna Street in Homerville and see Lenora for embroidery and vinyl transfer. Winky's Southern Styles supports the Panthers in their quest for another state championship. Go Panthers!